Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm going to paint a blue tit. It's a bird. I'll link the reference photo in this video's description. Isn't that a pretty bird? And I like that the background has some oranges in it. I think we'll take a lot of information from this photo for a really fun painting. I'm going to paint it on a 6" by 8" cradled wood panel. I've got gesso on it. It's 1.5 inches thick, so it'll sit on a shelf, which I love. I'm going to use primary colors, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, guys, let's jump in. Let's set the table. This was an older palette I used on a previous painting. They're all Liquitex colors: titanium white, quinacridone magenta, cad yellow medium hue, Mars black, and I mixed a raw sienna color. You could just use raw sienna. This color's probably pretty close if you wanted. And I mixed an orange. And then I used a 1" flat brush from Royal and Langnickel and swiped on color. Just, if it's starting to lift up or something, let it dry it with a hair dryer. You know, just something brush strokey. I've got a little darker down here, a little lighter up here. If you want, you could come back and glaze some orange over it, because with the Liquitex, the cad yellow medium hue is semi-transparent. That box is half full on the diagonal, and so is the quinacridone. So just put a little water in it, just keep it thin, and it'll glaze right over. Is there anything else? I'm going to use, the only other color I haven't mentioned I'm going to use is Phthalo blue green shade. It's a heavy body, because I'll get out another palette when I paint the bird, and I'll need blue for the bird. I've dried this with a hair dryer. I need to let it dry. It's humid. We've had rain here, so I'm gonna I dried it with, as I said, sorry, I dried it with a hair dryer, and I'm gonna let it dry for a couple hours before I'm gonna trace the bird on it. I printed it out to size. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, let's chat. I've got a new palette going. I'll just go through the colors again real quick. They're all Liquitex: Mars black, titanium white, cad yellow medium hue, quinacridone magenta, phthalo blue green shade. Phthalo blue green shade is a heavy body. I've mixed an orange, so quite a bit of yellow, a little quinacridone until you get the orange you like. Just gonna clean up my yellow a little bit. A lot of times I try to keep my palette the same direction because I'm videoing for you guys, but also because then I'm grabbing paint from one side. So if I need clean paint, I can grab it from the back side. So take that orange, pull it over here, or just mix some more. Put some black in it to get a brown. If you want it more of a yellow brown, put more yellow in it. If you want it a rustier brown, put more red in it or quinacridone in it. I mixed kind of a slightly aqua, so it's phthalo blue green shade, Mars black, and a little brown because it makes it go a little more green, which I like. I don't know if I need to do it, but I've used it there. Where this is more blue and a little black up here. Why am I doing things in the order I'm doing them? Some of that is just because I like to, and some of it because it makes sense. So what makes some sense is the feet are underneath feathers. I did the branch first because it's underneath the feet. I just painted this in, I'm not sure why. I will paint details in because I like to not lose them as I lay my hand on the painting and things. And I also like to do the eye and the beak because they're important to me in the painting. But really next, I'm doing the head, I'm gonna finish the head, but really I should do this part. This is sort of the underside of the tail and the body. And then the body, and then what's on top of that is the wing, and then what's on top of that are these head and neck feathers. So I'm doing this a little bit reverse order as far as what's underneath what, but the head's important to me, so a lot of times I'll do that early on. I mixed, this is kind of a slightly gray-green, has a little brown in it. This one's a little warmer, and I'm gonna use that for the white parts of the head. Oh, and I got out a new brush. It's a number 5 round brush from Artist Loft because I was using another little one and it kept splitting and I couldn't get it to round to a point. And I also have used this brush too. I use this in the branch. I don't know what number it is. We can see how big it is. Oh, it's a 1/2 inch flat brush. It came in a pack from Michael's. Oh, I'm trying to reach around my phone there. Oh, it had 10 brushes in it originally. I don't know if they still sell it. It's a set of cheap brushes, Artist Loft. I like them. I'm not terribly nice to brushes, and the little ones wear out fast anyway, even when you buy a nicer brand. So I like these. I think that's about it, other than I'm going to give you a closer look. Sort of a screenshot if you want it. Use the photo as a traceable. I have traceables on my website, AnnieTroe.com. Some people like them, but I think it's better to trace the photo because you're going to see the shape of the eye better, see the shape of the beak, and it's more accurate from the photo than from my traceables. Okay, just my opinion. I do the traceable for you. For you guys, you are more than welcome to use them. The website's linked below in the video's description, or it's AnnieTroe.com. Hover over classes and you'll see a drop-down menu. Okay. Oh, I guess about the only other thing is I mentioned that I picked orange because there is some orange in this photo, which I really like. Blue and orange are complements. That's just, for me, it's just a win. If you don't know what to do, use a color that's that's across the color wheel or sort of across the color wheel. It usually works really well together. Okay, guys. Hopefully a few of those comments help. I'll be back in a bit. I'm calling it done. Let's see. The first thing that pops to mind is this is a fairly soft edge on this side of the bird. It's harder where there's more contrast. And then it gets pretty soft right here. I like that. Kind of gets lost into the background a little bit. This is sort of a soft edge. So similar value is how you get that. You can also work, like these are some soft edges in the background. Oh, it looks like I want to maybe put some paint on there. Because it's wet on wet. That's another way to do it. I've learned, for me, now this, usually you work from dark to light as a rule of thumb. But for me with yellows, oranges, reds, Even the Quinacridone, if I don't add any white to it, it's easier for me to work light to dark. So on the body is what I did. I've made it fluffier up here, which is kind of fun. Here, I trace this, but you can kind of compare. More color. Of course, this is a printout. I added more highlights right up in here just to call the toes out a little bit more. Here's a soft edge where this, gosh, what would that be, a claw? Is pretty much the same value as the branch. Now I could make it dark or light if I wanted it to stand out more, but they don't all need to stand out. I think that's about it. Kind of played with lightening up the face. Oh, I went looking to my left for my reference photo because I usually had it off to my left quite a bit. I think that's about it. I like that there's, what's nice about semi-transparent color. Oh, here, just in case. So the box on the tube is half full on the diagonal. Is I can paint the values I want, and I just came back and put some yellow over it. I lightened this up a little bit here, then I came back and put some orange over it. I just feel like you get deeper, richer looking color. Okay, let's do a screenshot. Is that pretty square? That might be. So not a lot on the sides. Oh, there's a branch. Branch goes over onto the side. Here, if I tip it, you can see it better. And then a lot of times I avoid painting the corner like that. But this is a portrait of a blue tit. It's not a big deal. So the branch goes under, and then I don't worry. So the branch goes over, and that makes sense. And it goes under, and that makes sense. But like if you see, well, it's not too bad actually if you see the whole corner. Okay, let's do a tour. Get a look at the eye. I painted the eye very close to the reference photo, except for I put a white dot highlight in it. Same with the beak. Oh, here's something we could talk about. So I was trying to get all these skinny little feathers, and then I remembered or realized I could come back and negative paint with some blue or black. And then also just put a little dark up here just to emphasize it a little more contrast. It's easier to skinny up a line than it is to paint a skinny line. Then I end up putting a little dark dot over here at the very end. Let's see, I don't know how we were doing on the tour. I started pointing things out again. So, you know, not that accurate on the wing there. Just giving you an idea of feathers. There you can see the highlight on the toes much better. And the orange glaze on the branch, that's really nice. It's like it's reflecting from the bird onto the branch. Okay, let me know if you give this one a try. It's really pretty. Orange and blue are complements. I don't have a lot of this color background in a finished painting, so that's fun too when I display them. It's so fun to hang out with you. I just love that we can connect through YouTube. I super appreciate your support. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye guys.